All right, Bears fans, it's your boy Chris here. Today I'm going over the Bears schedule and my predictions. Let's talk about it. Going over the Bears schedule, we got Green Bay at home week 1. We go into Tampa Bay week 2. Into Kansas City week 3. We get Denver at home week 4. Washington in Washington on a Thursday night again. We got Minnesota at home, Las Vegas at home, into LA Sunday night. Then we go into New Orleans. We got Carolina at home Thursday night, in Detroit, in Minnesota Monday night, week 13 bye week. Detroit at home, in Cleveland, Arizona at home, Atlanta at home, and then we finish it up at Green Bay. So, week 1, Green Bay at home. Best time to play Jordan Love. Hasn't played a meaningful game yet. I think we come away with a win. It'll be a good game, conference game. Jordan Love still hasn't, he's got to get going. So I think this is a win. It'll be a tough one, like always, division game. But that is a win for the Bears. Week 2, Tampa Bay. This will be an interesting game, only because they don't really know who's going to be quarterback. Is it going to be Kyle Trask? Is it going to be Baker Mayfield? They have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, obviously. Their defense is very good. That defensive line is going to test our offensive line. So that'll be fun to watch to see if we made some right moves there. In Tampa Bay, I just think with all the questions around quarterback for Tampa Bay, I think the Bears win this game as well. Week 3. Now, this is one of my 2 games on the schedule that I think you can pretty much chalk them up as losses. Only because, we're not quite on that level yet. It's really hard to beat Kansas City. It's in Kansas City. So I think this is a loss. I think all you can hope for as a Bears fan is we keep it close. We look like an NFL team. Get one of those moral victories, I guess is what you would call it. But I think this is a loss for the Bears. Week 4, Denver Broncos at home. This game is really interesting. Sean Payton comes in to kind of help get Russell Wilson back on his feet. They got some good weapons on offense. Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Javonte Williams. Their defense is really good. In Chicago, early October. This is kind of a coin flip game for me. So what I usually do on coin flip games is I kind of compare quarterbacks, but both quarterbacks were, didn't have the best years last year. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the home team, and that would be the Chicago Bears. So I think the Bears come away with a win there. Week 5, Bears at Washington. Thursday night again. I guess they're letting us run it back after the very poor game last year. Another team with a lot of quarterback questions. Sam Howell as their quarterback, they're saying, to start this year. They do have some good skill players in Scary Terry McLaurin, Antonio Gibson, Brian Robinson, Jahan Dotson. They do have Curtis Samuel. They do have some good players. But their defense is very good, too. Their defensive line is one of the best in the league. I just think that their quarterback issues could be too much this year. I don't think their offense is going to be able to put up too many numbers. Whatever wins they get, it's going to have to be low scoring. So I give the Bears another win here. I think we walk away from Washington with a win. Week 6, Minnesota in Chicago. This will be another fun game, division game. Minnesota's offense is usually always really good. Justin Jefferson, obviously, arguably the top wide receiver in the league. Dalvin Cook, one of the better running backs in the league, but he seems unhappy. Not too sure what is going to happen there. Does he stay there? Do they trade him by then? Who knows? Their defense was really bad last year, so that'll be interesting to see if they improve that. But division game at home, I usually like to split division games, so I give the Bears another win here since they are at home. Week 7, Raiders in Chicago. Yet another team with some quarterback controversy. Yeah, they went out and got Jimmy G, but it is week 7. Is he going to be healthy? We don't really know. He hasn't been able to stay healthy. They got Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams. Their defense is always pretty porous. It is also in Chicago. I think Chicago wins this one as well. And week 8, Bears go into LA to play the Chargers. This is a night game. October 29th, my birthday. I think we lose this game. Even though it is my birthday, it'd be a great birthday present. To start off the season this hot would be amazing. But I think saying that the Chargers are they're really good everywhere. Herbert's ready to go to that next level, I think. I think the Bears lose this one. Same with Kansas City game. You just got to hope they keep it close, competitive, and they look like an NFL team. Week 9, we got the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans, coming off a night game loss to the Chargers. Derek Carr, they got some good skill players. Their defense is usually always really good. They always play better in New Orleans, too. New Orleans is a really tough place to play and get a win. I think the Bears lose this game coming out of New Orleans. Week 10, probably the most important game on the schedule. When the schedule came out, this is a game you circle and say, we have to win. So that's what I do. I'm going to give the Bears a win here. It's in Chicago. Rookie quarterback, usually, most of the time, 90% of the time, don't play very well, don't have a very good record. So good thing for us. That'll help our draft picks next year. So I think that is a win for the Bears. Week 11, Bears-Lions. This is in Detroit. Lions defense should be vastly improved from last year. Player-wise, they are a lot better. See if the scheme and the coaching can keep it that way. Their offense is really good. This is in Detroit. As I said before, I like to split division games right down the middle because you never know how they're going to play out. And there's really no standout, clear winner of the division. Detroit is the favorite, but it's not by a lot. It's still pretty close. But I give the Bears a loss here. Week 12, Bears play the Vikings again. Not much to say here. It's in Minnesota. I think the Bears lose this one. Week 14, Detroit and Chicago. Same thing, division game. It's in Chicago. I think the Bears walk away with a win here. Week 15, we got the Bears at the Browns. Possible flex game. They don't have a time for it. This is kind of a revenge game for Justin Fields because we all know what happened to him his rookie year against Cleveland. It's in Cleveland. That defensive line is very good and got better because they just got Zadarius Smith. This is going to be a tough one. We don't really know what Deshaun Watson's going to be, but it is in Cleveland. I think that the Bears lose this game. And week 16. The end of the schedule is really favorable for the Bears. If we can keep it close to a 500 record, these last 2-3 games are pretty favorable for us to make a push. We got Arizona and Chicago. I think Arizona is going to be one of the worst teams in the league. Nobody ever knows what's going on with Kyler Murray. DeAndre Hopkins could possibly be traded this year. So I think this is a Bears win. It's in Chicago, dome team, late in the year. That's a Bears win. In week 17, Atlanta comes to Chicago. A lot of the same thing I've been saying a lot. Some quarterback controversy. They got Desmond Ridder. They do have Bijan Robinson, Drake London. They got some decent skill players. Kyle Pitts. Their defense is usually really bad and probably will be again. It is in Chicago. Another dome team coming to Chicago late in December. I think this is a Bears win. And to round out the year, the Bears go into Green Bay to play Green Bay. It is another to-be-determined time frame. So it sounds like they are expecting it to be a very important game. From my record so far, the Bears will be playing for a playoff spot, if not already got a wild card. Very important game in the Green Bay. I think this is a down year for Green Bay, though. I think they go through some growing pains with Jordan Love. And I think the Bears will win this game. And I would love to see them sweep the Packers. Has not happened in a long time. But I do have the Bears coming out with 11 wins. I think that is probably the ceiling. That's probably the most wins they can get. I mean, of course, we would all love to see them go 17-0, but let's be real. 11 wins is pretty gracious. I am a Bears fan, obviously, but I think we can at least come away with 7 wins this year at the minimum. So anywhere between 7 and obviously 11 would be the max. I think 9 wins gets a team to the playoffs in the NFC. So I think there is a real possibility that coming into those last 3 weeks of the NFL, the Bears could be fighting for a playoff spot. There you have it, though. I have the Bears at 11 wins. Pretty generous, but it's very possible. A lot of winnable games on this schedule. And, yeah, that's what I got. Make sure you drop a like. Hit that follow button. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Chris. Let's talk about it.